Hey everyone, it's Michael Fair from filmfestivalcircuit.com, and today we are talking about the Georgia Comedy Film Festival Summer 2024, taking place on August the 28th in Atlanta, landmark Midtown Arts Cinema. We are really looking forward to the experience. We're looking forward to the networking that we're going to have from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. If you're from Georgia, you're around the area, it's a film industry networking event that is free. So just come on down at 4 and shake hands and get to know people in the film industry. It'll be a packed house. It'll be a fun time. Afterwards, if you'd like to join us, we have our awards program at 6, and then we start screening movies at 7. It'll be nothing but comedy films and films that were designed specifically to make you laugh. Everything from microfilms to mockumentary films to dark comedy, romantic comedy, horror comedy, even series episode pilots. You name it, we're going to show it, and every filmmaker's trying to get you to laugh. And here we are with a funny film. I want to introduce Traci Holsey, whose film, Take the Cake, is actually nominated for the Best Comedy Microfilm Award. Hello, Traci. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
So, Traci, I'm not gonna explain it. I usually say too much when I try to explain what a film is about. So, in your own words, can you please tell us what is your film about?
Mm-hmm. Well, Take the Cake is a light comedy where two friends engage in a spatula showdown over who's going to have the honor to finish the cake for the bride as her gift. And it really came from my love of sitcoms. I'm all about the woman empowerment, female ensemble, back to living single. And I looked in the current landscape and realized, how many women of color do you really see? Number one on the call sheet, doing comedies. You have your Niecy Nash Betts, your Wanda Sykes, but I just really wanted to get a topic that can be quite volatile to women, which is the wedding and everything surrounding it, and have a little showdown and really make it be about forgiveness and friendship.
Well, you definitely capture that. And I was always a fan of those shows growing up, and 227 and all those. I remember all them shows. They were so funny. And you've definitely captured that vibe with this film. The judges down in Georgia are very, very impressed with your work. And I'm curious, please let us know why specifically like this setting. Like, why this wedding cake setting? Like, is this from a personal story? Like, where did this come from?
There were two different motivations. First, there is a show on Bounce TV called Act Your Age. And when I saw it, it was just so delicious. It's Tisha Campbell, Kim Whitley, and Yvette Nicole Brown, who I went to elementary school with. So I was already a fan based on the name value. But then when I saw these women of a certain age doing what a lot of sitcoms do, taking a small thing, that interpersonal connection and having conflict. So then this really was an exercise in what could I do with a micro comedy? What could I do with what I have? I love cakes and decorating. And my daughter, who's also a filmmaker, she just finished Ghetto Film School, which gets young filmmakers ready for the film world. And she's an artist. And I said, I wonder what would happen at a wedding if someone really botched up the cake, like it was leaning like the top of pizza. And she started coming back with these ideas and renderings of the cake leaning. So when I write from a place of a personal experience, but this time as the director, I wanted to go all with the visuals. What would happen if we had the juxtaposition of the cools and the warms, Amanda and Kendra, representing visually their personalities? What if we had them very grounded in a weapon? Well, what are you going to use? Spatulas. So I was trying to find out how I could use something so simple and have the props be funny, have their dialogue be funny, and have funny blocking to see if we could get this conflict shown on the visual level and then on the narrative level. So I was inspired by those people, and I fancy myself to be funny, and how can I show my voice in this way?
Well, it shows. It is funny. I'm looking forward to the audience reaction to the film for sure. But I got to know, what else are you working on? Are you doing anything else with this particular concept? Or are you moving on to other projects that you're working on? Like, What are you
Well,
up to?
one of the things I've been dipping my toe in is because as I really began to study the comedy landscape, there are a handful of female comedic directors in Hollywood, and I know there's some in Atlanta. And I want to continue to push the envelope on both comedy and light drama.
Mm.
So I just finished the Ryan Murphy Half Initiative, and that opened my mind to how you could infuse humor and heart into 1 hour drama. So I have a short coming up called Unwanted Guest, and it starts with a little girl home alone, and it escalates to what happens when she can't reach her mother on the phone. So
Mm.
I like to be the Swiss Army knife of production, that I can do comedy and drama.
Man, that is awesome. Well, that sounds like you have a lot going on. If someone wanted to get in touch with you, what would be the best way for them to do it?
Well, I have my website, www.directedbytraci.com, and that is on socials as well, Directed by Traci.
All right. Well, I've got some links in the description if you want to get in touch with Traci. Is there anything else that you'd like to add before we go?
I really want to give a heartfelt thank you to the judges in Georgia. I know it takes time to screen the film, to review the log lines, the director's statement, and really come to an honest assessment out of who knows how many submissions. So I just really want to show my gratitude and give a heartfelt thanks to the judges.
All right. I will pass on the kind words. I appreciate that. And we appreciate you. And thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.
Have a good one.